So here we are at the Entra ID, Microsoft Entra ID. So I just really want to get you familiarized with what it is and how to use it, basically. So, we talk about identity provider, IDP. What is an IDP? So, essentially, it's a system that creates, manages, and stores digital identities. So, Entra ID is an example of that. And some of the capabilities and features of identity providers can vary. Most common components are a repository of user identities, an authentication system, and security protocols that defend against intrusion. And when I mention, authentication, the identity does give the ability to authenticate, so to prove who or what we are. Authorization, to get permissions to do something, to report something like auditing, and basic administration of the identity. So three different types of identities are a user, so an IAM user. So that's basically represents a human or applications that need to access your account. IAM groups, so that's a collection of related users, and roles, which basically grants external access to your account. So some of the common protocols used are Open ID provider, so Open ID Connect, so that's OIDC, also known as, is an authentication protocol, and that's based on the OAuth2 protocol, which is used essentially for authorization. And OIDC uses a standardized message flows from OAuth2 to provide identity services. Also, another identity protocol is SAML Identity Provider. So, SAML, also known as Security Assertion Markup Language, and that's an open standard for exchanging authentication and authorization data between an identity provider and a service provider. And it's an XML based markup language for security assertions. And they're statements that service providers use to make access control decisions. So let's just familiarize ourselves with Entra ID a little bit. So this is basically the landing page. So when you log in, it's entra.microsoft.com. It'll take you to the login page, and then you'll be presented with this page. And this basically just gives you an overview of what you've got going on in the Entra ID. You can come down here and it gives you setup guides. You can look at the guides there. If you go scroll further down, it's got a tenant overview. You can click that to give you users, groups, devices, sign-in logs, and down here, this is pretty important. This is the security score. So if you're familiar with Defender, security score gives you your organization's security posture. So it does give you recommendations on how to improve your security posture, and then if you do this score will actually increase. I mean, ideally it should be 100%, but not seen that very often. So yeah, these are some of the recommendations, and it gives you the priority: low, high, medium. Then if we scroll down these, so identity, you got users, groups, devices, applications, and so forth. And you create roles, admins, and you can go into your billing. And if we go to protection, and yeah, I mean, there's your identity secure score again. If you click that, it goes into that, and obviously gives you recommendations again, gives you the implementation costs here at the side on the right. And you can create multi-factor authentication, and there's many aspects you can do, and obviously identity governance. Okay, you can do your PIM in there. And yeah, there's just so much capability around this. And when you talk about identities, you can start creating external identities with this. Yeah, B2B, B2C, which we'll cover on another chapter, another channel. But yeah, so this is it, and you can find more information in here. If you scroll up here, this is the Microsoft website, and talks about identity and access management. Tells you what capabilities it has. And I see a lot of people using ADFS now, migrating from the on-prem to Entra ID. New identity categories, okay, and network access. So yeah, we've got private access, internet access, and as I mentioned, I do like the external collaboration, and it's pretty awesome stuff what it's coming out with, and I'm sure it's only just going to enhance from here. So yeah, just wanted to give you a brief overview. I'll be doing some videos on how to create users, external users, groups, and we'll go down a whole list. So yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks everyone.